There's a glitch in Ghana's system, a statistical anomaly that makes no sense unless you understand how the game is actually rigged. In the judiciary, women hold 41% of high court judge positions, but in parliament, that number drops to a stagnant 15%. Same country, same people, same decade. Why is one system thriving while the other is broken? It's not about talent. Women drive Ghana's informal economy, the literal engine of the country. It's not about readiness. The 41% in the courts prove the talent is there. This 15% isn't a mistake. It's a feature. A gap that hasn't moved for years isn't waiting to close. It's being held in place. Today we are exposing the architecture of that wall in the 2024 Affirmative Action Act that was built to tear it down. To understand the new law, you have to understand why the judiciary won while Parliament lost. This is the part most people miss. The judiciary changed because its selection process changed. It became more institutional, more based on transparent criteria. Parliament, however, is governed by informal networks, party gatekeepers, and the way things have always been done. This isn't about better people, it's about better systems. The judiciary proved that if you change the rules of the game, you change the players on the field. But this isn't just an academic debate. This representation gap has a body count. In the Northeast region, only 28.5% of married women make their own health decisions. When women are absent from the rooms where health policy is written, the lived experience of women who can't access their own health care never makes it into the design. The gap in the capital creates a crisis village. Now let's address the elephant in the room, the merit argument. Critics say we shouldn't have quotas. We should just let the best person win. It sounds logical. It sounds fair. It's a trap. Merit is only a fair measure if the system doing the measuring is neutral. But is it? Ghana's private informal sector has a 58.7% gender wage gap. Is that because women are 58% less capable? Or is the system devaluing their work by design? If merit has produced the same 15% result for decades, then merit isn't measuring talent. It's measuring conformity to a broken system. The Affirmation Action Act isn't an attack on merit. It's a calibration of the scale. It's admitting that the current neutral system is actually a rigged game. So when you hear people cry, what about merit? Ask them, whose merit? And measured by whose rules? Because the rules we have are failing half the population. Most people think this law is just a quota. They are wrong. It's a multi-layered system hack. Phase 1, the mandates. 30% by 2026. This applies to public institutions. It's a hit the numbers or explain why policy. It forces the gatekeepers to look for the talent they've been ignoring. Phase 2, the carrot. This is the genius part. The state knows it can't easily force private companies, so it offers tax benefits for compliance. It's turning fairness into a financial game. It's making equality the rational business choice. Phase 3, the money. Gender-responsive budgeting. This forces every ministry to show exactly how their money helps women. You can lie in a speech. You can't lie in a budget line. This isn't a moral plea. It's an operating system upgrade. Why does a seat in parliament matter to a woman in a rural health clinic? Because of the butterfly effect. Research is consistent. When women hold senior roles, budgets shift. They shift toward maternal health, child nutrition, and community infrastructure. Not because women are nicer, but because they have different data points from their own lived experience. A room full of the same people produces the same ideas. A diverse room produces solutions. This law isn't just good for women, it's a competence play for the entire country. When you unlock the potential of 50% of your population, the entire system runs faster. The 15% glitch isn't just unfair, it's inefficient. But let's be real. A law is just ink on paper. Ghana has many laws. What makes this one different? Enforcement. The law includes penalties, fines, and even imprisonment for discrimination. But penalties only work if there's a system to catch the offenders. The real test isn't the passing of the act. It's the building of the institutions to back it up. This is where you come in. Laws only stay alive if the public keeps the pressure on. The 15% glitch will only be fixed if we stop accepting it as normal. The Affirmative Action Act does one thing that goodwill can't. It shifts the burden of proof. It moves us from a world where women have to prove they belong to a world where the system has to justify why they are missing. That is a quiet but fundamental revolution. Ghana's judiciary proved it's possible. The 2024 Act makes it the law. Now it's time to see if the rest of the system is brave enough to be fixed. Subscribe to stay in the loop and share this with someone who still thinks the 15% is just the way it is. Let's fix the glitch.